Hi guys, this is Srimanyu and you're watching All About Universe. In this video, I am going to tell about how we are going to build a new life on Mars. It is easy to imagine that human civilization on Mars is inevitable. However, it is not going to be easy. So, here are our 5 steps to building a new life on Mars. Number 1. Getting there. Within the next decade, NASA will finally have a spacecraft capable of making a journey to Mars. The massive new 2,500-ton SLS combined with Orion capsule will enable astronauts to explore behind the safety of low Earth orbit for the first time since the end of Apollo moon program in 1972. All through, any long-duration mission is also likely to employ a habitation module, giving a crew a little bit room to move around in. The 9-month trip to Mars is going to be uncomfortable and boring. It could be also extremely dangerous. During the transit to Mars, the crew will be exposed to damaging levels of radiation that will significantly increase their risk of developing cancer. For anyone looking to have healthy Martian children, cosmic radiation could also harm sperm and eggs. Landing safely on Mars is also a challenge. NASA used an sky crane to lower its 1-ton Curiosity rover onto the surface in 2012. The Orion capsule weighs almost 10 tons, and that is before you factor in any service module or landing rockets. The agency is currently developing gained heat shields designed to slow spacecraft as they approach Mars, making landing larger craft feasible. Number 2. Become self-sufficient. Having successfully landed on Mars, you need air, water, food and power to survive. In that short term, you need to rely on supplies brought from Earth or send on supply missions. But eventually, you are going to have to produce your own. NASA's 2020 rover, essentially an upgrade of Curiosity, will carry an electrolysis experiment to extract oxygen from carbon dioxide in the Martian atmosphere. Evidence tells that Mars was once with water with lakes, rivers and oceans. Today it's highly likely there is still water at the ice caps and possibly under the surface. Extracting water from urine and sweat through an essential recycling system pioneered on the International Space Station too will certainly help, but will not be enough to sustain a community. So tapping into a local water resource will be essential. And also producing food on Mars could be much more difficult as we think. As for power, that should be relatively straightforward. With fuel cells and nuclear batteries augmented by solar arrays, all these resources will need to be carefully managed, which is why the next step is so essential. Number 3. Form a government. The past 50 years of human space flight have taught us that the extreme environment of space, that is safest way. However, there is a fine line between Star Trek types command structure and virtual army dictionary. And as the settlement matures, some sort of democracy is going to be favored also. A space colony is a tyranny-prone environment. If somebody gets control of oxygen, they could very well have control over the world population and threaten drive in return to extraordinary levels of power. A government also needs all structures that go with it. Any new society needs an economy as well as systems to maintain the habitat, provide employment, health, child care, social care and education. In short, Mars needs it. Number 4. Expand. The first Mars settlers will be living in the capsules they arrive in, perhaps augmented by a few extra capsules sent ahead and maybe some domes. But just as settlers will be using local resources for water, food and energy, they will also hope to use local materials to build a larger colony or even spin-off colonies. At the very least, it would make sense to use Martian rocks to bury the habitats to help shield occupants from radiation. Later, the surface could be drilled to form a caves or rock. Could be used for building a materials, just as we build a house from stone on Earth. It might be also be possible to extract useful minerals for metals or glass. Terraforming the planet from an airless, barren world to an oxygen green-rich and pleasant realm with a fully functioning ecosystem. There is, however, a fundamental problem with trying to imbue Mars with an breathable atmosphere. The Earth's atmosphere is contained with a magnetic bubble known as the magnetosphere, generated by our own magnetic field. Mars has no such field, and any atmosphere it would once had likely to have been torn away by the stream of charged particles or solar wind blasted out of sun. In the past of Martian atmosphere is currently being investigated by the MAVEN mission, but over the decades, any terraformed atmosphere is likely to suffer the same fate. Number 5. Have children and establish a culture. Assuming that sperm or eggs have not been zapped by cosmic radiation on the way to Mars, then sooner or later a certain percentage of settlers are going to want to have kids. It is, after all, the only way to perpetuating the colony over generations. For it to be successful, the population needs to be large enough to avoid inbreeding over subsequent generations. A child born under the red sky of Mars will have a very difficult outlook to one born on Earth and may not even return to the home world. Just as many descendants of European settlers in the US do not have passports. Every step to establishing human civilization on Mars is perfectly possible with a focused hard work. It is very much doable.